It is time for the recap of the NFL Divisional Round, or Jim called it last week, the Big D.
The Big D.
The Big D. It starts on Saturday when even Derrick Henry returning couldn't save the Titans from becoming the Miami version of Ryan Tannehill as the Bengals strike up their own Music City miracle, beating the Titans 19-16 thanks to a game-winning field goal from Evan McPherson, as time expires, Tannehill tosses 3 picks, none more costly than the one with under a minute remaining that allowed the Bengals to get into field goal range for McPherson, who knocked through the 52-yarder. Burrow calls McPherson ice cold, as apparently Evan told him they were going to the championship game before even stepping on the field.
Are you going to get the quote right?
I didn't quote anybody.
But are you going to do it? Because I think that's what made it ice cold.
I think you can do it as a Cincinnati fan, apparently.
He walked out there and said, "Oh, looks like we're going to the championship game," and went out there and kicked the field goal. Like, he passed Burrow and just said, "Looks like we're going to the championship game." Like, what would you do? You've been getting your ass kicked. You're Joe Burrow. You've been getting your ass kicked. You've been sacked 9 times. You're trying to lead this team to its first ever championship game. You are Joe Burrow. You're walking off the field hoping that the kicker pulls this off, and the kicker looks at you and goes, "Well, Joe, looks like we're going to the championship game." Like, what do you think?
I think, thank you. Get us there, buddy. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to think.
And I think that's the perfect, that's what you would think, because you're Muff. Like, you are the glass half full guy. Like, thank you, sir. You better get us there. I'm thinking, if you miss this after that cocky statement, I'm going to cut your legs off.
Because you're the quintessential teammate.
Exactly. Exactly. That is my personality. You jinxed us by running your mouth. It better go through that goalpost.
He didn't even watch it go through.
No,
he kicked it, looked away, and started congratulating his holder.
Mm-hmm.
So as a newly minted Bengals fan, Jim, what does this mean? How excited are you?
I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited. And I tell you what, I was not in Columbus for this game. I actually was back home in your world, in the Ohio Valley. I was in a Applebee's.
Mm-hmm.
And that place was super pumped. Super pumped when this happened.
Lots of new Bengals fans in the area, apparently.
Lots of new Bengals. For Steeler land to turn into Bengal land, it was kind of funny to watch.
The Ohio Valley is not Steeler land entirely.
Oh, Nate, come on, buddy.
It depends on what side of the river you're on.
St. Clairsville.
Cleveland country.
That's it. People that are converted Bengals fans like you.
You're wrong.
From my experience,
how are we wrong?
I've lived there most of my life.
For most of my life that I can tell, Jim, once you cross the river from West Virginia into Ohio, it turns into mainly Browns fans. Sure, there's some Steeler fans floating around, but usually that's like the dividing line.
It's 50-50. I will say that. I'm not going to say it's absolute yinzers, but it's a good 50-50 chunk.
Those are yinzers. Those aren't yinzers.
What do you mean?
Yinzers don't live outside.
I was sitting at a table with a yinzer and a Browns fan, so it was definitely 50-50.
A yinzer.
And there was no Cincinnati fans, Pittsburgh. I'll tell you that much.
A yinzer is somebody from Pittsburgh. A yinzer is not an Ohio Valley Steelers fan. That's an Ohio Valley Steelers fan.
She was born and raised in Pittsburgh and moved to the Valley.
Okay, well, that's the difference. There's people that are transplants. That doesn't make them a Valley person.
Oh, we're going to have this whole... We should make this a segment of...
You can transplant yourself.
Okay,
but people that grew up in the Valley that are Steelers fans...
This is going to be a poll. This is going to be a Facebook poll. This is going to be a poll.
What I'm trying to say is, have at it.
In St. Clairsville, I'm agreeing with you. I don't think they were all Steelers, and they were definitely Browns, but there was no Cincinnati fans. I've never met a Cincinnati fan except for Gunner. Shout out Gunner. Got 3rd place at the wrestling tournament. He was the only Cincinnati fan I ran into all weekend. So it was kind of cool to watch.
All right. Jim, who do you want the Bengals to face in the AFC Championship game?
I don't know. I don't know that they can win. I don't have a lot of faith that they can beat either team.
So Derrick Henry returned in this game. Did not have a fantastic game, but also there was not a lot of threat in the passing game from Ryan Tannehill in this one, who did appear to return to form once reserved for the Dolphins. The Tannehill of old, with his 3 picks, threw a couple really bad ones too. So with this being the case, knowing that Derrick Henry will be at full strength coming back in the next season, and I don't know Tannehill's contract, but say we don't know, just assume that Tannehill is in a position where maybe he's a free agent after this year. How seriously, if you were a Titans GM, would you be searching for a new quarterback?
I mean, everything's got to be on the table, right?
I don't know. What is Derrick Henry coming back? That's my first question if I'm a GM.
Derrick Henry was back, will be back. I don't think they're letting him go away.
And then, like, what's his health status? Like, is he Derrick Henry of? You know what I mean?
He's a man amongst other men, because he played this game with like 2 screws in his foot and a metal plate. So I've got a feeling that if he was able to play that game, he's only going to become a better version of what we saw in the playoffs for next season.
So then, I'm sorry to do this, Muff. The draft class is not the greatest, but there are some running back options and some weapon options in this draft, right? I say I would probably ride it out with Tannehill one more year if I could. Draft me some weapons if I could, and then go quarterback hunting, because the quarterback market and draft class is not prime.
Well, you don't. Again, I come back to you don't have to get somebody in the draft. Russell Wilson.
There's nobody. I don't think Russell Wilson's going to Tennessee. And do you have the money or want to put the energy into an aged Russell Wilson?
The Tannehill was under contract through 2023.
Okay.
Ride him one more year.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just interested to see there. Over under 6, the amount of times that Joe Burrow gets sacked in the AFC Championship game.
Over.
Who they're playing. Over 6.
Over.
Nate?
I'm going to push 6.
Push the 6. All right. In the other game on Saturday, 49ers Packers. The 49ers go to the frozen tundra. It's really not super frozen because the field is heated, of Lambeau Field, and punch Aaron Rodgers and his immunized self right in the mouth, taking the Pack out of the playoffs in a defensive struggle, 13-10. Special teams, the difference in this one is the 49ers got a blocked punt return for a touchdown, blocked a field goal, and the Packers did not help their cause. As the game-winning field goal by Robbie Gould, as time expired in the 4th quarter, the Packers only had 10 players on the field.
How has the Packers special teams coach not already been fired?
Yeah.
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
Or was he fired midway through the year like he should have been?
He should have been fired midway through that game.
The big thing is, where's Aaron going now? Because he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild. He said it.
He said before free agency begins, he will have had a conversation with the Packers front office, and that's where it will be. So before free agency really begins, there will be knowledge of what his plans are.
Will he consult with Joe Rogan on this decision?
I mean, he apparently recovered very quickly, so I mean, Dr. Joe may have the cure to the ailments.
Do you think he'll announce with Pat McAfee before he announces anywhere else? Like, who will get the scoop on that story?
Pat McAfee will get the scoop for sure. They'll be able to break that news. If he's going to be leaving Green Bay, Pat McAfee will break the news. If he's going to stay in Green Bay, I've got to imagine there's going to be a press conference.
So Shefty is in the dark on this one.
The Packers can leak it to Shefty. So there's always the front office of the Packers getting in to leak it. So let's not bury the lead here. The 49ers win. Not really thanks to anything on the offensive side of the ball, all said and done, aside from moving the ball to get into field goal range. Robbie Gould may have received the kiss of death for the remainder of the playoffs, as they said multiple times after he made that game-winning field goal that he is perfect on field goals and extra points in his postseason career.
Did you see him kicking the ball over the Packers pregame while the Packers were doing their walkout?
I did.
What brass cojones to do that?
I don't know. That may not be an abnormal thing, Jim.
I don't know in a playoff game, whether it's abnormal or not, I don't know that I would do that. I'm just saying. That just doesn't... I don't know that I would do that.
I'm not sure if that'd be what I'd do.
I just don't want to piss anybody off.
Yeah. Jimmy G played this game with some injuries. Hand injuries. I'm sorry. Dougie D. What is his name?
Doug.
Doug.
Sam, do you think he's handsome?
Let me look at a picture of him.
Because that's the big thing, or it was the big thing. He's gotten a little grayer since that was the big thing.
Just puts him into a different.
I mean, he's not bad.
Okay.
I'm a fan.
Okay. Does he replace Mason Rudolph?
He actually plays.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking about the handsome scale.
Oh, on the handsome scale?
Yeah.
He might. Oh, his teeth are nice. Oh yeah, that's a nice set of teeth.
It's a dental hygienist.
Okay.
All right. So Jimmy G, is he playing himself into a they have to start him again next season situation?
No. He's never played himself in that situation.
Nate?
I mean, he's been your workhorse right now. I mean, unless something dramatically happens, I don't see why you don't start him next year.
He's helped get you to the NFC Championship game. I mean, that's better
He
than...
wins a Super Bowl, maybe.
Maybe if he wins a Super Bowl? Maybe?
Yeah.
How do you win a Super Bowl and then not return as the quarterback at least to start the season unless you retire or get injured? I just need you to play this out, Jim. I need to understand.
And they've invested a lot of money in the other guy.
No, they haven't. He's on a rookie contract. He's on a rookie contract.
Yeah, okay.
This isn't like the yesteryear when you know Eric Crouch makes $30 million and then leaves the team because he's got a signing bonus. They're making like
You're right.
What is it? What is it, Nate? First years, it's under $1 million, isn't it?
I'm not sure the dollar amount.
Yeah. I mean, he was a top 3. Is that right?
Yeah, so he's probably got a hefty signing bonus, but I mean,
yeah. As far as
Still a
base
rookie deal.
salary, yeah. So his base salary, it's not that intense. So
I'm not a Jimmy G backer. I'm sorry. You're right, and I concede, but I don't like Jimmy G.
But if you would show Jordan his teeth, I think she would be on my side.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, at this point, I don't care if people are good players. I care about how they look.
well, you know you don't care if they're good players. Mason Rudolph.
Oh, all right. So before we get into the Sunday game, Sam, we got to know. You were watching these games. You were giving these teams some names based on their color schemes.
Yes.
Bengals, Titans. What was this game in your mind? Who was playing who?
It was the buffalo chicken dip versus the blue corn tortillas.
Explain. The Bengals were the buffalo chicken dip. Explain how that was.
In buffalo chicken dip, you put cream cheese, which is white, and orange, like cheese and hot sauce. And so, and then if you bake it, you get like a little crust on top, which could be the black of their
Their
uniform.
logo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
the blue what?
Well, I didn't want them to be blue cheese because that was the Cowboys last week. So I went with something that goes with buffalo chicken dip, which is tortillas, but I made them the blue corn tortillas because those are my favorite tortillas from Aldi.
Do you know when there's the Super Bowl and you have the Puppy Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
This is our version of the Puppy Bowl.
This is the food bowl.
Yep.
The Foodie Bowl. All right. And Sam, how about the 49ers, your man Dougie and the Packers?
This game was the battle of the hot dog toppings. We had ketchup and mustard versus relish.
Oh, Nate.
Nate's reactions are priceless.
So let's just describe them. Nate literally threw his head back on the couch and put his fingers in a pinching motion towards his nose, as if to say, I can't believe I did this to myself.
All right. Ambi.
The other way.
All right.
I don't think. I don't know.
And silence is the
as we get into the Sunday games, let's start out with some understanding here. How about the Rams taking on the Bucks, Sam? The game that Nate, I'm sure, was very intent in watching and was definitely not trying to get with whatever names you gave these teams.
I can't think of anything for them.
That's probably for the best for your marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing for Rams Bucks.
Nothing for Rams Bucks. I'll get back to you if I come up with any.
Okay.
Please don't. For the sake of your marriage.
No, please do.
Maybe the Rams. Leave the Bucks alone.
Yeah, for that one out.
He's had enough heartbreak.
Yeah, what a game we had in this one. The Rams run out to a 27-3 lead after a score on their first possession of the second half. That apparently triggered Tom Brady in a little bit of a flashback to a Super Bowl win over the Falcons, and things just started rolling for the Buccaneers. The Bucs scored 24 unanswered points thanks to some untimely turnovers and other bad calls from the Rams staff, including a Cam Akers lost fumble, his second of the day, as the Rams were trying to run out the clock, which led to the game-tying touchdown score by playoff Lenny Fournette. And then Matt Stafford shows his mettle with a couple big throws, including a deep one down the middle to Cooper Kupp that put the Rams in the field goal range to win as time expired, 30-27. Jeez. All right, Nate. Initial thoughts on this?
ESA to Todd Bowles, you are no longer a candidate for any head coaching position.
To be fair, I was watching this game, and I think both defensive coordinators deserve to be on the hot seat because the Rams gave up that touchdown to Mike Evans where they didn't have any safety help over the top to get the Bucs within the one score. I have no idea how you give up like a 50-yard touchdown pass with less than like 3 minutes left to make that happen. And then I agree. Todd Bowles at the end of the game his play calling was also very, very terrible.
Yeah, let's just blitz your starting corner and put your 5'7" safety on an island with the best receiver in the league this year, and you give him a 15-yard cushion, and you still get smoked.
Are you good, Nate? I'm sorry.
I mean, it was funny too. Like listening to pregame, Chris Sims, who used to play quarterback for the Bucs, is like, "Oh yeah, Todd Bowles, he's known for doing a lot of blitzing and wants to play a lot of press man." And I looked at my dad and I said, "What film has Chris Sims been watching this year? Because they do not press anybody. I can't tell you the amount of times watching a Bucs game this year, their corners are playing 8 to 10 yards off from the nearest receiver. I mean, yeah, they do blitz a lot, but no wonder they can't cover anybody because they just let them run free." But I knew their run defense was fine. It was always their pass defense, and maybe blitzing a little less, playing a little bit more coverage there. But, yeah, I don't understand the point of blitzing your corner there late, I guess. Ride the momentum, maybe try to get another big play. But at that point, you just got to play for overtime and not let Stafford do what he did at the end of the game. But, oh, well, It's
So,
all rookie season.
yeah, Matt Stafford gets his second playoff win, which good for Matt Stafford at this point, having suffered for all of his years in Detroit. So good for him. Jim, any thoughts on this game? You got a chance to watch some of it, I think.
The 50-yard bomb or whatever to Cooper Cup, like, whoa, like how does that happen? I feel bad for Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the GOAT. Screw you, Connor Leckie. Tom Brady is the GOAT. I hope you're listening. I hate the Rams now.
So who does Connor think is the GOAT?
Oh, Connor's the Rams fan, and Connor hates Tom Brady. And Connor's full of it. And I hope I
So
start
who
an
does Connor
international
think the
incident.
GOAT is?
I don't know, and he's more than welcome to step foot on this show and debate that if he'd like.
Does he say Tom Brady isn't the GOAT?
He does not think Tom Brady's the GOAT, and I would like an open invitation to his Irish ass to get on here and have a conversation, because there was some debate over text message, and he said if he heard us talk about it on the show, he would send a letter to management. So send your letter and step foot on the show, Connor.
Letter to management, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what management that is, but interesting. This sets up the 49ers taking on the Rams. The Rams get to host a playoff game, which is probably not in their plans in this whole situation. So good for the Rams. Good for both teams, probably getting a warm weather game.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. And in the Sam, any thoughts? Rams?
Got
Jerseys? Okay. And in Sunday night action, we got the Bills taking on the Chiefs. With a couple minutes left in the third quarter, we have the Chiefs up 23-14.
Yeah.
Thanks to a McCole Hardman rushing touchdown.
I do have thoughts on these ones.
Nobody asked.
Okay.
I am asking, Sam, what are your thoughts on this game?
This is ketchup and mayo.
We've already got ketchup. I think we need a new
What? What's another red? Oh, this is
hot sauce,
Parmesan.
Parmesan, but
This is sriracha sauce versus mayo.
Got it.
okay. Can get on board with sriracha versus the mayo. How about the blue? The Bills got some blue.
The mayo's gone bad. I don't, especially right now.
No other thoughts, Sam? You got nothing?
I'll get back to you on that, but I do have one for the Bucks versus.
No.
Yep. Bring it.
Nate, tell her not
got
to.
it. The blueberries versus the raspberries.
There
I
we
think
go.
we'll see the Rams, because I have seen some different colored raspberries before, so it could be mixing and matching there on the teams.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Schnozzberries taste like schnozzberries.
And the score has changed.
We've already got a run back or a long pass.
Long
No.
bomb.
To Gabriel Davis.
All right. Alive and well, this game is.
Hey, who let Todd Bowles out there in Kansas City?
Nate's not bitter.
It's not bitter at all. Okay, so this sets up next week's matchup. Again, we have the Rams hosting the
Hold
49ers.
on. We're not done talking about this Kansas City game. Okay? I understand that it's a nice back and forth, but can we just talk about Patrick Mahomes for 1 second? I understand there's another Mahomes that is a Jake Paul wannabe, but
We don't talk about him, Jim.
Yeah.
He ruins things.
he does. But Patrick Mahomes, if he's not the next coming of great quarterback, I don't know who is, because he just throws that ball around and makes the impossible happen.
Are you late to this party, Jim? I think this has
I
been the
just think it
narrative
needs
for a
said
year or two
every
now.
chance I get, man. They were just like showing replays of the passes he's made tonight, and that sidearm throw that he has. Damn. And like, do you think he practices that?
Yes, I do.
How do you, when you throw like dumpsters and shit in front of him, and they're like, here, throw around this dumpster, throw around this traffic cone. Like, what do you do?
The traffic cone's definitely large enough for him to throw it
Well,
around.
I'm saying, like, you throw it at him, and like he has to throw around it.
I don't know how they do this. No idea, Jim. It's just like
Start throwing like appliances at him.
you
It's a
throw
microwave.
you throw pads at him. I don't know. That's what they do.
Yeah, but I
No,
feel
maybe
like
it's like the movie Dodgeball. They just throw wrenches at him.
wrenches. Yeah, like
Dodge, dip, dive, duck, dodge. Right?
Yep.
it's just very impressive. But go ahead, Muff. Move on.
What was the guy's name? Who was the coach in dodgeball?
I'll get back to you on that. Give me about 30 seconds.
So we got the Rams.
Rip Thorne's the guy who is the actor. He's dead.
Out of the actual older gentleman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patches O'Houlihan.
Patches O'Houlihan. Because when he's in the old timey videos, Hank Azaria, who plays him.
Yeah.
So Brockmeyer. Rams hosting the 49ers and the Bills, or Chiefs hosting the Bengals. So it's gonna be probably a colder weather, potentially snowy, windy, whatever game in the AFC Championship. And the NFC Championship is going to be sunshines, rainbows, and palm trees.
And unicorns.
Sure.
Yeah.
Were there unicorns out there when you were at that stadium?
Well, that's what goes with sunshine and rainbows is unicorns.
Well, Sam, you were at the stadium. What was the most exciting part of SoFi Stadium?
Well, I didn't get to see much of it, but their signs are very large.
Sam, you're
Okay.
like 5 foot.
Yeah,
so
they have really
everything
cute little
large?
they have really cute little like the logos are like, like big. I think I took a picture of it. Let me go back.
That was deep. You name football teams after food, and you're like, they're really large. Like, come on, do better.
All right.
He was disappointed in me today.
That makes two of us.